Okay, let's just get right into it. What if I told you that paying off your student loans as fast as you can might actually be a massive financial mistake? It sounds crazy, right? But today, we're going to break down the hard numbers behind one of the most stressful decisions out there. Should you kill your debt or should you start building wealth?
And just to get a sense of scale here, you have to see this number, $1.67 trillion. That's the total student loan debt right now in the United States. It's a staggering figure, and it affects millions and millions of us. This is the backdrop for the whole dilemma we're about to unpack.
So that brings us to the big, kind of scary question, doesn't it? Could getting rid of your debt actually be costing you a small fortune in the long run? I know it sounds dramatic, but by the end of this, you are going to see the math that shows how this could absolutely be true. So stick with me, because we might just change the way you think about your entire financial future. Now, while student debt is a problem for pretty much everyone, it's hitting one group in a particularly tough way: millennials. It has created a real, full-blown debt dilemma for an entire generation. Let's look at the data.
And when you look at who's actually holding all this debt, well, the numbers are pretty telling. At nearly 40%, millennials are the single largest group of student loan borrowers. And, this isn't just some random statistic. It means an entire generation's ability to do things like save for retirement, buy a house, just build wealth. It's all being held back by this one single financial weight.
And here's the kicker: the problem is actually getting worse, not better. As you can see right here, the interest rate on new federal undergraduate loans just jumped to 6.53%. That is the highest it has been in over a decade. And for grad students, it's even worse. It's over 8%. So this isn't some old problem. The cost of this debt is climbing right now.
Okay, so let's cut through all the noise, all the anxiety, and all the headlines for a minute. This whole complicated decision, it really boils down to a surprisingly simple bit of math, a calculation that can give you some serious clarity.
And here it is. We'll call it the 6% threshold. Think of this as your financial tipping point. So, why 6%? Well, historically, the stock market, like the S&P 500, has returned an average of about 8 to 10% a year. So if we're being conservative and account for stuff like inflation, 6% is a pretty safe estimate of what you could earn by investing. So if your loan rate is higher than that, you're guaranteed to lose money by not paying it down. But if it's lower, well, that's when your money could be working a whole lot harder for you somewhere else.
So let's see how this plays out in the real world, because this is where it gets wild. Let's take a super common scenario. You've got a $37,000 loan at 5.5%, and you find an extra $500 a month. Okay, option A. You go all in on the loan. You throw that $500 at it every month. You pay it off 15 years early, and you save about $20,000 in interest. Hey, not bad, right? But look at option B. You just pay the minimum on your loan, and you invest that $500 instead. After 20 years, your investment gains could be almost $250,000. The difference is just staggering. Investing wins by over $200,000.
Okay, but you're probably thinking it can't be that simple. And you know what? You're right. That 6% rule is a fantastic starting point, but there are at least 3 game-changing factors that can totally flip the script. You absolutely have to consider these.
Okay, first up, the 401k match. If your job offers one, this is a non-negotiable. It's free money. It's an instant 100% return. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can beat that. Second is loan forgiveness. If you're on a path like public service loan forgiveness, paying extra on your loan is literally just throwing money away. You're prepaying for a benefit you're going to get anyway. And finally, tax advantages. Contributing to your 401k lowers your taxable income now, and you can often deduct the interest you pay on your student loans. It's like a double win for the investing side.
All right, now we need to talk about the one thing a spreadsheet just can't calculate: how all this debt makes you feel. The psychological weight of owing money is a very real thing, and for some people, that peace of mind is worth way more than any potential return in the stock market.
This quote just nails it. There are methods out there like the debt snowball, where you pay off your smallest loans first just to get those quick psychological wins. And they can be super motivating. If the anxiety from your debt is truly keeping you up at night, then maybe getting rid of it is the right answer for you. But you have to be honest with yourself. Are you making that decision based on logic, or is it based on fear? Because those fear-based choices, they can leave a massive amount of wealth on the table. So let's bring this all together. We've gone through the hardcore math, we've looked at the nuances, and we've talked about the mindset. So now I'm going to give you a clear strategic playbook that you can use to make your decision based entirely on your personal situation.
This chart makes it super simple. If your weighted average interest rate is high, let's say over 6.5%, you should be in total attack mode. Use the debt avalanche method. Pay down those high-interest loans first, period. If you're in that middle hybrid zone, somewhere between 4 and 6%, split any extra cash you have, 50-50, half to loans, half to investments. And if your rate is low, like under 4%, the math is crystal clear. Pay only the minimums and pour every other dollar you can into your retirement accounts.
So what can you do, like, right now, the second this is over? Here are 4 simple steps. First, calculate your actual weighted average interest rate. That's your magic number. Second, go to studentaid.gov and play around with their loan simulator. It's a fantastic tool. Third, seriously, double-check if you're eligible for any forgiveness programs. And fourth, and this is key, automate everything. Set up automatic payments and automatic investments. Set it and forget it and let the plan do the work for you.
And look, if you are still on the fence about investing, just let this sink in. This is the insane power of compound interest. A 25-year-old who starts investing just $100 a month could end up with nearly twice as much money as someone who waits just 10 years to start. That decade of delay, it cost them over $70,000. Time is truly the most powerful asset you have in this game, and you can never, ever get it back.
So, the biggest mistake you could possibly make is just doing nothing, paralyzing yourself. But you don't have to. You now have the mathematical framework, you've got a strategic playbook, and you understand the psychology behind it all. So the only real question left is the one on your screen. What is the smartest choice for your future? Go run the numbers and find out.